Hello, YouTube world. My name is Derek, and welcome back to the Black and White Effect. Glad to have you guys join me tonight. I want to kind of hop on tonight and kind of give my insight and take on this discussion that I've been pondering on for the past 24 hours. And I want to kind of share it to the world. Um, I was laying in bed last night, getting ready for bed, matter of fact. And as I was winding down, the Most High came to me with a question. I'm just laying there. And the question he proposed to me was, what do you value in life? It's like it just came to me. And I know most of you may be saying to yourself, well, the Most High don't have to ask a question because he already knows the answer. He already knows what you're going to do with what you're thinking before you even think it or do it. That is true. But for me, this question was not only a question that I pondered on, but it also was an answer that I didn't realize was the answer I was looking for. See, sometimes the Most High will present us with questions that are also answers. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of that. If you're in a relationship, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, there are certain things in life that you value from that person, that you value from that relationship, that you need to feel whole, that you need to feel like you have a vested interest in, that gives you that love or that like, or whatever the case may be with that person. And for all that who are watching this video tonight, just sit back, take some time to yourself, go into a quiet room or a quiet place, and just think to yourself, what do I value in life? What brings me happiness and peace and joy? Because that's what life is all about. We're living in a tumultuous time right now in this country where there's a lot going on, a lot of uncertainty. You can feel it in the air. And, you know, a lot of people are assessing their lives. They're assessing, they're looking inward into themselves and working on their spirituality, working on their consciousness, working on their mind, working on their health. Just trying to. Um, a lot of people are awakening right now. A lot of people are trying to still understand what's going on in the world. A lot of people are stuck in the world and they don't know what's really going on. They just go on with the flow of what's going on in the world. And that's part of what I want to discuss tonight when I say, um, the question that was proposed to me, what do you value in life? What really sticks out to me when I was pondering that question was the word value. And it's crazy because the word value can mean so many different things. It can mean so many different interpretations. Um, but for me, the word value is such a pronounced word that when I was sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, man, as I'm checking off different boxes, pondering different things in different areas of my life, I'm like, this question that was, you know, given to me by the Most High to answer, the questions are questions, I'm receiving answers that I've been really praying to the Most High to receive, things I've been seeking from the Most High. Um, and it goes back to what I was saying with their relationships. If you're in a relationship with a person, you're married to a person, or you're dealing with a person, you have to understand this. There is something that's keeping you there that you value, that's making you happy. If not, you would have left unless you feel stuck and you feel like you have no way out. But there has to be something there that's of value. Whether you're valuing the love that you have with that person, you're valuing the time spent with that person because they're making you happy. What do you value in life? For a lot of people, it's money. They value money. That's the first thing you think of when you're talking about valuing something. I got to go get this money. Well, here's the thing. If that's all you valuing in life, which I understand that's part of life and that's what we need to survive. But at the same time, when you're valuing only money, that means that your priorities are messed up. That means that you're not quite where you need to be in life mentally, spiritually, because there's more to life than money. When you're valuing something that's going to make you happy, you're taking a deep look into it to see what experiences can you get out of it that's positive and what you can leave behind. That's the intertwine with the word value. Can I can I get the most from what I'm getting? If you're valuing, what in that value makes you happy? Is it your friendships? Is it your family? Is it your career? Take a step back and look and see what is making you happy. What are you getting out of life? And that will answer a lot of the questions that you have. If it's your career, if you value your career, then put your energy and your effort into your career and go after your dreams. Don't let the haters stop you because you got to keep pushing. Just because they worth $1.15 don't mean that you got to be worth $1.15. What you see in yourself and what you value in yourself. See, sometimes what we value as individuals, other people may not value, and that's okay. What I put my energy into and what I like, somebody else may not like. So that's what you value. That's what makes you happy. If it's going to church, if it's going on trips, whatever the case may be, what makes you happy? What do you value in life? If you value friendship, if you value your family, if you value your religion, if you value, just simple things, spending time with the family, your kids, your grandkids, if you value and just going, sitting at the park and, you know, um, after a long day at work and you just want to sit in peace, if those things are valuable to you, keep doing it. Because a lot of times, especially in the world that we live in, a lot of us are walking around doing things to please other people that we really don't want to do, putting on a mask to cover our true feelings and thoughts and emotions because we're trying to please others. You're devaluing yourself. You're not putting yourself first. If you value peace and that's something that's meaningful to you in your life, then you need to start turning your phone off, turning on silent, taking, resting throughout the day, staying away from social media, staying away from problems, people constantly calling you about issues. If you value your peace, let that mess be that mess. You don't have to take that garbage and transmute it into your life and your situation. It's okay to be there to help people, but you don't have to always reciprocate what the issues are that they deal with. That's you valuing yourself. Just because other people got problems don't mean that that's your problem. You have to assess the situation. What values do you what do you seek in a value? That should be the question. What do you seek in a value? What values to you? What brings you happiness? Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna see things the way you see things. Everybody ain't gonna always agree with you. Everybody don't want to see you having peace. Everybody don't want to see you having joy. Everybody don't want to see you make it. But you got to have enough value in yourself, enough respect, love, peace, joy, happiness in yourself, knowing in yourself that You don't have to deal with that. See, when you don't know who you are and you're not valuing your peace, your joy, your happiness, and all these things that I said before, then you just let anybody come into your space. You let anybody come into your space. And when you start bringing negativity into your life, that throws off your value. I look at myself as a brand new car that never depreciates because I have to continue to bring value to myself. I have to put into myself in order to keep this Rolls Royce going. Yeah, I said it, I'm Rolls Royce. That's how I feel about myself. I'm like Terrell Owens. I'm like T.O. I love me some me. You have to. You have to pour into yourself to know what is important to you in life. If you don't like the job that you at right now, sit back, think and say, what makes me happy? What do I want to do in life? What can I take and use to make money off of? You don't have to stay in that mess. If joy brings you happiness, if peace brings you happiness, if resting brings you happiness, and that's what you value in life, that's what you should do. Use the gift that God has given you. Your eyes to see, your nose to smell, your mouth to talk, your ears to hear. Because you, perfect example, you don't have to hear that mess that they're talking about. I don't have to see the foolishness on social media or out here in the world on TV. I can use my mouth to say negative things out here into the world and to talk down on people, but I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. You affect your change. You affect your world and your outcome. You affect those things. So again, I present to the world what what is it? What is it that values? Do you value? What is it that you value in life? For me, I value my wife. I value my kids. I value my family. I value, my siblings, parents, family members. I value uh, my happiness. I value doing things that I love to do, which is, you know, going out hiking and being outdoors and traveling and going to the beach. All these different things. I value that. I value laughing and joking. I value building relationships. I value my career and my business. I value those things. So you put in the energy, put into the energy of things that you value. That's important to you. We're doing a lot of giving and giving and giving and not pouring into ourselves, especially this time. If I know I'm a bad, you know what? And y'all know I'm a bad, you know what? When you see me and I'm dressed up like a bad, you know what? Don't get mad. Don't hate again. And I'm gonna say this again. Just because you worth $2.35 don't mean that I'm worth $2.35. Because that's not how I see myself. That's not how I value myself. What do you value in life? If it's your kids, invest into your kids. Spend more time with them. Invest into their schooling. Figure out what they like, dislike, build a relationship with them. Because from what I see, we just throw a lot of us throw our kids out there to the world like they dogs. Half of these kids look like they are raising themselves, from what I'm seeing. How they dress, what they, what they going after, and like it just there's no value anymore. It feels like there's no love anymore. It's like the world is dissipating. Everybody's angry and frustrated because we devalued ourselves. We gave ourselves to the world. But as you grow and as you continue to learn, as you continue to, you know, have different experiences and different people like myself to come into your life and say, hey, it doesn't have to be like that. Pour into yourself. Figure out what makes you happy. What do you value in life? And go after that. If you want to leave that corporate job, that 9 to 5, and you got enough money saved up to where you want to go to the Caribbeans and work at a tiki bar on the island, go do that. If you at a university or college and you taking a major that you just taking just to make your parents happy, hey man, go to a school that you want to go to. Go after and do what you want to do in life. Value yourself. Start figuring out what makes you happy. If you with somebody just to make you look good, you really ain't in love with them, but you just want to be with them so they can make you look good to other people because they financially successful, or they can they got all this going on, so it feels like if you with them, you got it going on. You don't value yourself. You just look at yourself as an asset. Asset can be moved around like a streetwalker. You have to figure out and sit down in a quiet room to yourself, and you have to say, what is it in life do I value? Because you only got one life. One. And a lot of us take advantage of their one life because we let things that are around us um, create our habits, change um, our position in life and our thought process in life. If you're not getting along with people in your life, maybe they're not meant for you to get along with. If you're stressed out all the time, maybe whatever is stressing you in life, maybe you need to let that go. If you see that people aren't no good, then you start letting those people go. Don't try to hold on to them because you feel like God gonna be mad at you or gonna judge you because you letting people go. No, cut those weeds. Let them go. Sometimes you gotta go out there in your grass and cut those weeds. You gotta let them go. Because if you don't cut those weeds, you know what weeds do to grass? They're gonna start killing your grass. They're gonna start killing your energy, killing your peace. So get to snapping those weeds around you in your life. Whether it's people, what is things in life that you want to stop doing? Maybe you want to stop smoking, you want to stop drinking, you want to stop clubbing, you want to stop partying, you want to stop stealing, you want to stop taking money from the church, you want to stop hustling women. Whatever it is that you want to stop, you can do it. You just got to believe in yourself, value yourself, figure out what matters to you. That's the most important thing right now that you can do in your life. What matters to you? Put that energy into that. Because if it's material things and cars and clothes and jewelry, then you're on the wrong track. Because if you keep on running after stuff like that, you're gonna find yourself in a race that's continuing. It's like a marathon. You keep trying to find something and follow behind something that's gonna never give you anything back but pain. and unhappiness. Trust me. Think about this. If you if you stop worrying about social media and what's going on and picking up that phone every 5 minutes and start worrying about what's going on around you, the people that's around you, putting your energy and effort and love into them, you'll see how much happier you'll be. If you stop sitting up there watching uh, these shows where they fighting all the time, like Love and Hip Hop and Housewives of Atlanta and all these different women cussing each other out and fighting and throwing wigs across the room and splashing water in each other's face, and all this type of stuff. If you wasting your time looking at that stuff and investing your time into the people that's around you or your business or going back to school or doing something productive with your time, like resting, sleeping, putting more emphasis on your health, working out, you'll be in a lot of better position. Sometimes we do it to ourselves and we want to blame God for it. This is a time that we living in that if, like I stated, if this is our last days, because we don't know, it's all up to the Most High. But if it is our last days, I'm quite sure it's almost like somebody that got a bad report that they only got 3 weeks to live. You're gonna make sure that's the best 3 weeks of your life. You ain't gonna let nothing stress you out. You ain't gonna let nobody cause problems in your life. You're gonna travel. You're gonna whatever it is in life that's gonna make you happy. That's what you're gonna do. But why do we have to wait till we get bad reports like that in order to start living like that? We got to take on this mess. Bad eating, stress, other people's issues. That's not bringing value to you. That's bringing you down. You have to figure out what makes you happy. If sitting there reading the Bible makes you happy, get away from, put the phone down, take 10, 15 minutes, read your Bible. If you feel like you at home and you got kids and you got a husband and you got to take care of the household, sometimes just tell your husband, look, I need an hour by myself. Go sit in your car, read your Bible, go drive to the store, go to a Pilates class, whatever you're going to do. Take time out for yourself because you can't give it to everybody. If you're giving your energy and your time and effort and your peace to everybody, when are you ever gonna have peace? They gonna have the peace because you give it to them, but you ain't got no peace. If people don't want to be in your life, they ain't got to be in your life. That's them missing out. If they want to cause problems in your life, that means that they have enough time to be doing it. They're not being productive. What matters to you in life? Put more energy and effort into that. Live like Live each and every day like it's your last. Enjoy the people that you're around. Fix those issues and problems in your marriage that you're having. Fix those issues and problems in your family that you're having. Reach out to that person. Ask for forgiveness. Talk things out. But if those people don't want to talk things out with you, if those people don't want to work things out with you, if those people don't want to do right by you, leave them alone. Everybody ain't gonna see the vision that you have, and everybody ain't gonna go with you if you get my drift. Because everybody ain't meant to go with you. See, this is part of the process of you learning who you are. And that's why when the Most High presented that question to me, it gave me the answers that I was looking for the whole time. If I would have just sat down and thought about my happiness, me, Sometimes you got to be like that. Sometimes you got to be a little stingy and keep some energy and happiness and joy and peace for yourself. You can't give it out all throughout the day and all throughout the week because other people will run you ragged. Sometimes you get tired of people. Sometimes you wish you was on an island by yourself with just all the foods that you want, and all the resources that you want to, to make you happy and keep you comfortable. You just want to get away from people. Because sometimes it's not the world that brings you stress, it's people. So sit back and start evaluating your life. And whatever you want to do in life, go after that. If you want to leave that job, leave that job. You want to change schools, go to a different school. Your husband ain't doing what he needs to do and not treating you right, leave him. If that church that you're going to ain't fulfilling your soul and your spirit, you ain't got to be there. Go somewhere where you feel filled with the Most High's word. We got to start living in happiness and joy and peace and learning who we are. Because this world going to keep going, whether with us or without us. And then you start sitting back and thinking about what's important to you and what you value. Family, friends, peace, joy, happiness, wisdom, knowledge. If those things you value, then those things that you should be um, each and every day, that's what you'd be set up on. Think about it. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I'm about to hop off here, but please like, share, and subscribe this channel. I look forward to the content that's going to be coming out pretty soon. I look forward to um, growing this channel and seeing how this channel can go with the community and with the world, and just trying to give my wisdom and understanding, man, to the world that the Most High has blessed me with. So I appreciate you all, man. Have a good night.